The origin of humanity has been the subject of significant debate between those who follow religious beliefs and those who rely on science. In this video, we will explore both perspectives in detail. Gap 5S. Before diving into the religious perspectives on human origin, it's important to note the diversity of beliefs across different cultures and religions. Each belief system offers a unique narrative about how humanity came into existence, often reflecting the values and philosophical outlooks of those cultures. Gap 5S. In Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, the concept of a single deity creating the first humans is central. Christians believe that God created Adam from the dust of the ground and Eve from Adam's rib, placing them in the Garden of Eden. Similarly, in Islam, Allah created Adam from clay and breathed life into him, making him the first prophet. Judaism shares a comparable narrative, with God creating Adam and Eve and placing them in the Garden of Eden. Gap 5S. Hinduism presents a different perspective with its cyclical view of time and creation. According to Hindu texts, the universe undergoes endless cycles of creation, preservation, and destruction. The god Brahma is often depicted as the creator who brings forth the universe and all beings within it. Humans are believed to have been created from different parts of the cosmic being Purusha, symbolizing the interconnectedness of all life. Gap 5S. In many indigenous religions, creation myths are deeply tied to the natural world and ancestral spirits. For instance, some Native American tribes have stories of the earth being formed on the back of a giant turtle, with humans emerging from the earth or being created by powerful spirits. These myths often emphasize a harmonious relationship between humans and nature. Gap 5S. In African traditional religions, there are numerous creation stories that vary from tribe to tribe. One common theme is the belief in a supreme being who created the world and its inhabitants. The Yoruba people, for example, believe in Olodumare, the supreme god, who sent the Orisha Obatala to create humans from clay. Gap 5S. These diverse religious narratives not only provide a framework for understanding human origin, but also offer insights into the values, ethics, and worldviews of different cultures. They remind us that the question of where we come from is a universal one, resonating across time and geography. Gap 5S. Now, let's delve deeper into the specific religious perspectives on human origin. Religious perspective on human origin: Christians, Muslims, and Jews. These major religions generally agree that humans were created by God. According to the Bible, Quran, and Torah, God created the first human, Adam, and from him, all humans descended. In Christianity, for example, Adam and Eve are considered the first humans created by God in the Garden of Eden. Other religions, different religions and belief systems, may have their own creation stories, such as Hinduism, which speaks of a cycle of creation and destruction. Many indigenous religions have creation myths that explain the origin of humanity in the context of spiritual beings or deities. Scientific perspective on human origin. Science views the origin of humans through the lens of evolutionary biology. According to the theory of evolution, humans share a common ancestor with primates, such as chimpanzees and gorillas, and evolved over millions of years. Studies in paleontology, genetics, and fossils suggest that the first humans emerged in Africa approximately 300,000 years ago, from a species known as Homo sapiens. Research in genetics also supports the theory that all modern humans share a common ancestry originating from Africa, a hypothesis known as the out-of-Africa theory. What science says about human evolution. Science suggests that humans did not appear all at once but evolved gradually over time, with early hominids sharing a common ancestor with modern primates. Here's a breakdown of how it works. The evolutionary process. Humans and other primates share common ancestors dating back millions of years. The process of evolution was gradual, with species evolving through genetic mutations over many generations. Key milestones include the evolution of species like Australopithecus, which lived around 4 million years ago, and later species like Homo habilis and Homo erectus, which were direct ancestors to Homo sapiens. Africa as the cradle of humanity. Genetic evidence shows that early human ancestors originated in Africa. Fossils and mitochondrial DNA support the idea that all humans have an African origin. This idea is known as the out-of-Africa theory, which suggests that modern humans migrated out of Africa and spread across the globe. Fossil evidence, such as the discovery of Homo sapiens remains in Africa, supports this theory. Do humans evolve from apes? Humans did not directly evolve from modern apes like chimpanzees or gorillas, but rather share a common ancestor. This means that humans and modern apes have evolved separately from a mutual ancestral species that lived millions of years ago. The common ancestor of humans and modern apes likely lived around 6 to 7 million years ago, and over time, different evolutionary paths led to modern humans on one side and modern apes on the other. How science explains the origin of humans through fossils and genetics. Fossils. Fossils provide key evidence of the evolution of humans. Key fossil discoveries like Lucy, Australopithecus afarensis, offer critical insights into early human ancestors and their way of life. As fossils are discovered, they help scientists understand the development of key human traits, such as walking upright, brain size, and tool use. Genetic evidence. Genetic studies, especially those involving DNA, help trace the ancestry of humans. The mapping of the human genome has revealed a great deal about how humans evolved and how they are related to other species, including Neanderthals and Denisovans. DNA evidence also shows that modern humans have a high level of genetic similarity, indicating a common origin. Why science does not accept the idea of creation. Science does not accept the idea that humans were created in a divine or purposeful way, as described in religious beliefs, because its explanation of the origin of life is based on empirical research, tangible evidence, and the avoidance of matters that cannot be explained using observable data or research. However, this does not mean that science ignores the major questions surrounding the origin of life and the complex issues related to the ultimate origins of everything. Let's break down the main reasons for this distinction. 1. Empirical research and the theory of evolution. Science focuses on the theory of evolution, as proposed by Charles Darwin, which states that all life on Earth shares a common ancestor and has evolved over millions of years in response to changes in the environment and competition for survival. For humans, research has shown that humans did not directly descend from modern apes, like those we see today, but rather, humans and apes share a common ancestor that lived about 6 to 7 million years ago. All scientific findings, including those about hominin fossils, ancient tools, and DNA, support this theory. 2. Why science does not use the idea of creation. Science does not accept the concept that humans were created because there is no tangible evidence to support such creation in the way that evolution is supported. The reasons are as follows. A. Evidence based on research. Studies have shown that the development of humans, like other life forms, has occurred gradually, with all evidence pointing to this gradual change. There is no tangible evidence that suggests a sudden act of creation, where humans or animals were created at a particular moment by some unseen force. B. The issue with the question, who created us? When asking about creation, such as if God or some force created humans, where did God come from? Scientific research does not allow for studying things that are not observable or lack tangible evidence. 3. How science explains the origin of everything. Science is still searching for how everything began and is making great progress in this area. Here are the key issues. A. The origin of life, abiogenesis. Science asserts that life may have originated from a chemical reaction on Earth billions of years ago. The theory of abiogenesis suggests that life could have arisen from chemical compounds over time without requiring a creator. However, this theory is still under investigation, and no definitive method has been found to explain exactly how life began. B. The origin of everything, an unanswered question. While science has attempted to explain the origin of everything through theories like the Big Bang Theory, which proposes that everything began from a singular explosion of energy, the ultimate question remains, but where did this energy come from? This is one reason why some people still believe in the idea of a creator force. 4. Why science relies on observable evidence. Science differs from belief systems because it relies solely on tangible evidence. If there is no physical evidence, it cannot make conclusions because those things cannot be tested. The principle of hypothesis. Testing. Everything must go through research, and conclusions must be based on tangible results. It avoids assumptions. Science does not have the space to accept ideas without evidence because that could hinder further research. 5. Summary of the question, where do we come from? Although humans and science cannot definitively say where everything originated, there is one truth. Science confirms that life came into existence due to chemical processes and evolution. As for where everything began, where the initial chemical compounds came from, that is still being researched, and this is one of the key questions driving scientific inquiry. In summary, science does not accept the idea that humans were created because there is no tangible evidence for such an event. Instead, science focuses on explaining the development of humans through evolution and the gradual changes in life forms. Questions regarding the origin of everything are still in the realm of research, and science does not provide answers where no evidence exists. Is human evolution ongoing? Yes, humans continue to evolve. Evolution is an ongoing process, although it may appear differently now compared to the past. Present-day evolution primarily involves small genetic changes driven by shifts in environmental conditions, lifestyle, or genetics. A. Examples of ongoing evolution. Disease resistance. People are increasingly developing resistance to certain diseases as they encounter new epidemics. For example, viruses like COVID-19. Height variation. Factors such as climate, nutrition, and living conditions can cause people in certain regions to be taller or shorter than others. Will humans continue to evolve in the future? For humans to undergo visible changes, for example, longer legs or different facial structures, it would take thousands or millions of years. However, we can discuss possible changes humans may undergo in the future. A. Environmental factors. Climate change. Areas with extreme heat or cold might see human populations adapt, just as different groups in history have evolved. Cold regions. People might evolve to have bodies that retain heat better, similar to populations in Eastern Asia. Hot regions. People might become leaner or develop skin more resistant to the sun's rays. B. Technology and medicine. Technology. With advancements in medicine, humans may not need certain biological features, like strong teeth or bones, as technology can ease many of life's challenges. Genetic engineering. As research in medicine and DNA science progresses, people may intentionally alter their genes to create specific traits, for example, disease resistance, longevity, or particular physical features. C. Diet and lifestyle. Modern diets, including processed foods, may influence human physical characteristics, for example, weight gain or bone strength. Can humans evolve into a different form? Although it's difficult to predict exactly, there are some potential future changes that may emerge over long periods, arms and legs. As technology and lifestyle take over more tasks, humans might develop weaker arms or legs, with machines doing much of the work. Brain. As people increasingly rely on tools to think, like computers or artificial intelligence, there is a chance that the brain could shrink in size or alter its functions. Skin. With global intermingling of populations, human skin may evolve to display more diverse colors in the future compared to today. Will human evolution ever stop? No, evolution will not stop. However, there are factors that might slow it down or accelerate changes. Technological progress. As humans gain the ability to alter their bodies through science and technology, evolutionary changes may increasingly depend on human choice rather than environmental factors. Disasters affecting health. Disasters could force humans to evolve more rapidly in response to new challenges. Summary. Human evolution continues, but significant changes take place very slowly over long periods. In the future, humans may experience physical changes due to environmental changes, advancements in technology, or lifestyle factors. Regardless of the pace, evolution is an inherent part of life, and humans will continue to adapt their form to their environment. Science versus religion, views on afterlife and soul. Many religious beliefs teach that after death, the soul continues to exist. In Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, the soul ascends to heaven or hell based on a person's actions during life. Some belief systems, like those of many indigenous cultures, hold that the soul enters the spiritual realm, or even returns to the earth in some form. Science does not accept the idea of life after death because it relies on empirical evidence, and there is no measurable evidence to support the existence of a soul or consciousness continuing after death. Instead, science focuses on the biological processes that occur at the time of death, such as the cessation of brain activity, known as brain death, and the breakdown of the body. Death is the end of the functioning of the body and all its parts, excluding the heart, lungs, and brain. When these parts stop functioning, it means that the person has died. Science explains that death consists of the following key stages. Physical death. When the heart stops beating, blood circulation ceases throughout the body. This stops the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to various body parts. The functioning of the lungs also ceases, preventing the body from receiving life-sustaining air. As a result, all cells in the body begin to die since life cannot exist without oxygen and blood circulation. Brain death. Science confirms that true death occurs when the brain completely ceases to function. This is considered the ultimate proof that a person has died. When the brain stops functioning, it can no longer control bodily functions, and mental processes or consciousness stop completely. Science does not provide a concrete answer about life after death, as there is no measurable evidence to support or observe any form of existence beyond the body. However, ideas regarding life after death are largely based on belief in the soul. Science cannot measure or explain the concept of the soul because it is a belief beyond the realm of empirical evidence. Near-death experiences, or NDEs. Many people report experiencing visions or sensations such as light or encounters with deceased loved ones when they are close to death. Science explains these experiences as the brain continuing to function in a limited capacity even as the body nears death. Science studies how the body undergoes changes after death from a biological perspective: rigor mortis, or muscle stiffening, and body hardening. In the hours following death, the muscles of the body become stiff due to the cessation of enzyme activity in the cells. Decomposition. The body's cells begin to break down shortly after death. Microbes naturally present in the body help in decomposition. The gases produced by microbial activity cause the body to emit distinctive odors. Studies on near-death experiences, or NDEs. Many reports of extraordinary experiences such as seeing bright light, feeling peace, or meeting deceased people are explained by science as the brain's attempt to cope with a near-death situation. Researchers suggest that these experiences may be caused by brain failure or changes in hormones, such as endorphins, which can induce feelings of peace or visions of extraordinary events. Atomic and energy complexity. Some scientists argue that all living organisms are composed of atoms, and these atoms do not disappear or vanish completely. This means that the body's components return to the environmental cycle after decomposition. Science has its limitations, as it focuses on what can be measured and proven through evidence. There is no empirical evidence to support the existence of the soul based on scientific research. The idea of resurrection or life after death remains within the realm of belief because it cannot be measured by machines or analyzed mathematically. In summary, science explains that when a person dies, the functioning of the body and brain completely ceases, and the body begins to decompose. Regarding life after death, science cannot confirm or deny it because there is no tangible evidence to support it. This leaves the concept of life after death within the domain of human belief, which science cannot engage with. The origin of humans in Africa. The phrase "Africa is the cradle of humanity" means that Africa is considered the birthplace of all modern humans. This is supported by genetic evidence and fossil discoveries showing that early humans evolved in Africa before migrating to other parts of the world. Scientists use this concept to explain the geographical origins of early human ancestors. While there is significant evidence supporting the theory of human evolution, it is impossible to prove with absolute certainty because the scientific study of human evolution deals with events that happened millions of years ago, leaving limited direct evidence. The fossil record is incomplete, and there are still many unanswered questions about specific evolutionary steps. But overall, the evidence from genetics, fossils, and other scientific fields strongly supports the idea of evolution and the African origin of humanity. Science provides strong evidence that humans evolved from earlier hominid species, with Africa being the origin of modern humans. However, religion offers a different view, with many believing that humans were created by God. The two perspectives, scientific and religious, often offer different explanations for the origin of humanity, with science focusing on evidence and evolutionary processes, while religion tends to focus on spiritual creation and purpose. Books, experts, websites, and researchers who have written about the origin of humanity and evolution. Books on the origin of humanity and evolution. Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. This book provides an accessible overview of human history from the origins of humanity in Africa to the present day. Harari explores how humans evolved, spread across the globe, and the societal changes that have shaped human civilization. The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins. Dawkins explores the concept of evolution and natural selection in a detailed and accessible way. The book focuses on how genes drive evolution, and it provides a scientific perspective on human origins within the broader context of biology. The Gene and Intimate History by Siddhartha Mukherjee. This book delves into the history of genetics and its impact on human evolution. Mukherjee discusses the role of genetics in understanding human history and evolution, offering insights into how our genetic makeup shapes who we are. The Descent of Man by Charles Darwin. Written by the famous naturalist Charles Darwin, this book focuses on human evolution, presenting evidence and theories on how humans are related to other species, particularly primates. The Human Story: Our Evolution from Prehistoric Ancestors to Today by Robin Dunbar. This book provides a comprehensive look at human evolution, from early ancestors to the modern human species. It combines anthropology, archaeology, and genetics to explain how humans evolved over time. Experts in human evolution and anthropology. Dr. Richard Leakey. Leakey was a renowned paleoanthropologist and one of the foremost researchers on human evolution. He contributed to the discovery of fossils that helped shape the understanding of early human ancestors. His works, such as The Origin of Humankind, are seminal in the field of human evolution. Dr. Jane Goodall. Known for her work with chimpanzees, Dr. Goodall's research on primate behavior has had a significant impact on understanding human evolution and the relationship between humans and other primates. Dr. Svante Pääbo. A leading figure in the field of genomics, Dr. Pääbo has done groundbreaking work in sequencing the genomes of Neanderthals and Denisovans, contributing greatly to the understanding of human evolution and the interbreeding of early human species. Dr. Donald Johanson. Dr. Johanson is famous for discovering Australopithecus afarensis, or Lucy, one of the oldest and most complete early human fossils. His work in paleoanthropology has been crucial to understanding human evolution. Websites and online resources on human evolution. The Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History, Human Origins Program. Website www.humanorigins.sci.edu. This site provides detailed information about human evolution, including fossils, genetics, and anthropological research. It also features an interactive timeline of human evolution. The Max Planck Institute for Evolutionary Anthropology. Website www.eva.mpg.de. The Institute conducts advanced research in human evolution and provides numerous publications and resources on the origins of humans, as well as the genetic relationships between modern humans and ancient human species like Neanderthals and Denisovans. Human Evolutionary Biology, Harvard University. Website www.evolutionarybiology.harvard.edu. Harvard University offers a comprehensive set of resources, research papers, and publications on human evolutionary biology. This site is useful for those wanting to explore academic perspectives on the evolution of humans. Science Daily, Human Evolution News. Website www.sciencedaily.com. Science Daily is a reliable source for the latest news in science, including human evolution. The website publishes articles and news related to discoveries in anthropology, genetics, and the broader field of evolutionary biology. National Geographic, Human Evolution. Website www.nationalgeographic.com/science/prehistoric-world/human-evolution. National Geographic provides in-depth articles, videos, and interactive resources that cover the latest research and discoveries in human evolution. The site is user-friendly and accessible to a broad audience. Researchers who contribute to the debate on human origins. Dr. Tim White. A prominent paleoanthropologist, Dr. White is known for his research on early human fossils and for co-discovering Ardipithecus ramidus, one of the oldest known hominids. Dr. Mary Claire King. King is a geneticist whose groundbreaking work has shown the genetic links between humans and chimpanzees, helping solidify the understanding that humans share a common ancestor with other primates. Dr. Louise Leakey. An expert in paleontology and a member of the famous Leakey family, Dr. Louise Leakey has contributed to the understanding of human evolution with her work on fossil discoveries in Africa, scientific theories and religious views on human evolution and the afterlife. Many scientists follow the theory of evolution, which proposes that humans evolved through a gradual process of natural selection with origins in Africa. Religious perspectives often differ, with major world religions like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism maintaining creationist views, where humans are seen as the direct creation of God. Science focuses on evidence-based explanations, particularly fossils, genetics, and anthropology, while religious views focus more on spiritual beliefs, the role of a creator, and the afterlife. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos.